Now, why would anybody with his talent, with his ability, with his prestige, a natural man like he calls himself, why is he going after a man with plastic hips? Why don't he come after a rock, you see? You don't want plastic natural. You want a rock. You want to be a natural. You want to get to the top of WWF. You want to be the man everybody worries about. As a man, you're telling everybody you are. Put on your boots. Lace your tights up real tight and pull them extra snug. Grease up your body real good and get nice and warm. And then put your coat on and walk down the aisle and bring your monkey face manager. Because the job you think, I might have a little surprise for you. There's a man, there's a real
We're back here. Episode 13, Flashback on Chaos Corner here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. Fans, you're not going to want to miss it. We're starting off with the cold open here, and we go to the Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens for Harley Race against the JYD, the Junkyard Dog. Wow, fans. Go back and check out episode 12. We went off the air abruptly. I don't know what the heck happened, but I'm glad you're back here. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. The King, Harley Race against Junkyard Dog. I'm going to sit back and relax here. We had the cold open with the magnificent Don Morocco. Obviously, we're here in the WWF. Thanks for being here, fans. Wow. What an opening here on Flashback, the episodic YouTube series. Adventure, because this isn't a podcast. This is a show. So I'm going to zip it, clip it, and put it in the basket.
I don't think the King is going to fare too well if he wants to mix it up in that respect with the Junkyard Dog, Nick. Yes, I would imagine the cranium of the dog is...
Gorilla Monsoon and the legendary Nick Bockwinkel on the call. And it's me. It's me. It's the GOC. Coming to you live to tape 25 feet below the surface of the earth. Wait. I'm live, but I am taping this. Fuck it, let's get back to the action. From the vault at Chaos Chronicles. We're in July. The 4th of July is right around the corner. It's almost here. Bang! Boom! Stay safe. Stay careful. I'm just saying, man. Shout out to my moderators, OTS Tribal Queen, Austin Nance. Thanks for being here. Our condolences, thoughts, and prayers go out to you, OTS Tribal Queen, on the recent loss of your stepmother. Reach out to us at any time. You know the chaos. You know the emails. You know the social media platforms. Leave a comment in the community section. Drop an elbow on that like button. Pick up your chair and smash the damn thing. Let's see. We don't want any copyrights or out. This is all from the Vault of Chaos Chronicles, set up here on VHS. That's right. VHS tapes. That's where these all come from. That's how old school and classic and priceless this is here on Flashback. Again, let's hope I got the series right. It's episode 13, I believe. I got the VHS, the DVD, all on the flat screen. Well, it's actually a tube with all the knobs and buttons and lever and sound and audio, and that bitch over there shut off. No more Alexa. She didn't hear me. Thank the Lord, but you know she's listening. Rear chin lock by the JYD on Harley Race. What an arena back in the day. We're here in 1988. Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. We don't know how long we're going to go. We never know what's going to happen. You never know what I'm going to say. You never know when we're going off the air. You never know when we're coming back. There's over 3,000 channels and videos here on this station. You know I fucked up on that just now, right? 300 videos! You know what Bully Ray said to me back in 07 and 08 when myself and the Outcast Killers, Oman Tortuga and Diablo Santiago were going for the NWA World Tag Team titles against the Dudley Boys Team 3D. in a series of tables matches. Bully Ray Bubba got me in the back after the matches and said, give Big Daddy 5 spots he'll fuck up for him. I consider that a compliment coming from a co-host of Busted Open Radio, the host of Busted Open After Dark, Busted Open 24/7, a 2-time Hall of Famer, perhaps one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Am I right?
Just about. We could possibly have a third commentator.
Bueller?
I'm surprised that Bobby the Brain Heenan is not in attendance.
Bueller?
Although, as you say, you never know where the brain is. That's true. Could be in the door.
Anyone? Hello? McFly, are you there?
Back into the steel barricade. As you can
I know,
see,
relax. Calm down, Chaos. I am the guardian of Chaos.
Because he uses his head to constantly use intelligence.
I got the Red Bull, sugar-free.
Not necessarily.
And there's a nice photo ringside of Nick Bockwinkel and Gorilla Monsoon as Race pulls the JYD outside the ring. Here we go, spilling out inside of the ring announcer's table. And there's the bell, ding! Head first goes Race. You never know where we're going, from what territory. We don't know where we're going to go. You know the time frame from pillar to post, coast to coast, and border to border. Nostalgia just ain't what it used to be.
We're pretty ready to count on now. I'll be very surprised if the king gets back in. Can't believe he's not busted wide open. Maybe he is. He's still got his back to us. He's back there up on the apron. He's not.
Big forearm to the chest of Harley Race by the JYD. He's still got that thump game. Every dog needs a bone to chew on.
Maybe the brain not being in attendance is having some kind of an effect on it.
Race with those trademark left hands, and down goes the dog. Big elbow drop by Harley Race. If I'm not mistaken, we're watching JYD against Harley Race, Monsoon and Bockwinkel on the call. I believe 3 out of the 4 men have passed away. I'm not sure if Nick Bockwinkel is still alive. You'd think I would know this, because I always do my due diligence. I may not always be right, but I'm very rarely wrong.
Not going to beat him that way, dog.
Look at the insider's view you get here. A guy that's been a pro wrestling manager for over 30 years, been on a pro wrestling journey for over 40 years, booked over 100 times a year, 200 matches a year, came out 2 and 3 times with my guys on every event, and took the fucking bumps. How many of you podcasters and everyone that does these shows could say that? Very, very few and far between, and that's why you're here. What I relate to this business, what I can relate to you through my experiences, what I know about this business, and what I currently do still today at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling with Paul Roma, Mario Mancini, Paul Perez, and Big Steve Tracy. Remember who you're talking to and who you're watching, and just know that I know, and you know that I know that you're watching. 2 count by Harley Race on the JYD. Let me kick back here and relax. The Red Bull and coffee's got me banging, man. It's my anniversary. Go out and check out my series here on Dinner for 2 on the playlist. That's right, Dinner for 2 with the wife and I. You'll see a more calm down, soothing look into the real life guardian of chaos, Big Daddy, with my wife.
You don't want to trade right hands with a dog. That's not the way to beat him. Oh, look at that one.
And then you'll see videos of the savages, the Maine Coons. They're animals, they're beasts. That's right, this is part chaos, part Big Daddy, and part the GOC. That's me. Go to the community page and check it out. We just came out of last night's AEW Forbidden Door, where I gave you full coverage on the community page and over on Twitter, aka X, at Big Daddy GOC. And the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. Double noggin knocker, down goes Race, down goes the ref, down goes JYD. Here's the cover, here's the pin by Harley Race, the ref is there. That's it. It's the 3 count. Put it in the books. Harley Race over to JYD. Wow. Where do we go next here on the Flashback? That's the great part of this, is you never know where we go to. You never know where we're going to end up. There's nothing else like this show. King Harley Race. He made a mockery of Race after the legend that he was.
Well, I can tell you what.
Let's go down to Mark Lawrence, World Class Championship Wrestling in Gary Von Erich.
I've been working harder than I ever trained in my life. But I want you to imagine something. I've laid in the bed for a year and a half. Not every time I've seen my brother Kevin doing this thing. I've not been able to help. I've been on crutches.
This was a year and a half after the motorcycle accident where he lost half his foot. Gary Von Erich.
My best friend in the whole world. What all of a sudden he did. And turning on our family. First of all, junior high. Brian was always second place. Then we went into high school. Brian was always second place. Then we came into college. Brian was always second place. When that's all came out in the wash, he's tired of getting second place. Now he's coming for me. He's trying to finish the modern day war. Well, I'll tell you what, Brian. I know you. You know me. And I'll tell you what.
The modern day warrior at this point in 1988.
That I can beat you. And I know in your own mind that there's no way in the whole world that you'll ever beat me. I know right now you're shaking in your boots. That's how come you put in the contract. You're going to wrestle somebody first, and then you're going to wrestle me. Hey, I don't care if I got to wrestle the whole darn card during the union that night. I don't care who I got to wrestle. Because it's about you, the very last match. Brian, I'll tell you what. That night, you're either going to love me because you're going to quit wrestling for good, or you're going to hate me because, brother, I'm not coming just to win this match. I'm coming to finish you. Brother, you don't know how bad you've hurt me. You're my best friend. I mean, you and me, we used to date together. We used to go to church together. We used to do everything in the whole world together. Best friends. And now, what'd you do? You turned on Kevin. When I was down on crutches one time, you went for my leg. You tried to finish me off one more time so I would never come back. How am I going to forget that, best friend? Hey, best friend, how am I going to forget that? Reunion Arena will be the night. In Reunion Arena, Brian, I swear to God, you're going down. And you're going down.
Gary wasn't known for his promos, that's for sure. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly on this channel.
Behind me, I'm going foot full, fist and fire, and Brian, you're mine.
A shivering interview from Gary Von Erich. It may be Brian. It never gives a deserving person a shot.
Here we go, Gary Hart with the legendary Mil Máscaras. Let's listen, Gary Hart and Máscaras history.
Baffle your mind. One of the greatest international representatives for wrestling has to be one Mils Máscaras, a world's champion in his own right. And what brings Mils Máscaras into world-class wrestling? It's Al Perez and the world title and the dream of Mils Máscaras of holding more than one world title at a single time to become the only man ever. Now I give you Mils Máscaras.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attention. And Mil Máscaras, you know, on this area, this territory, all over the United States, all over the world, I wrestle. I have the international wrestling title. And I'm ready to come to world class.
Gary Hart on this side of the screen, Mil Máscaras on this side of the screen.
And you know, forget around Texas. And I'm ready.
Talking about Al Perez.
Al Perez truly represents the Latin people. Also, Mils Máscaras represents people of all races. But I want to say one thing. If it's Miami, if it's Houston, Texas, if it's El Paso, Los Angeles, Mexico City, Guatemala, I don't care. I want Mils Máscaras to have a shot at the world heavyweight title. I think it's time that everybody gets off of Perez's back and gives him credit for the greatness that he deserves. And I also want all of you people sitting home to remember, I gave Mils Máscaras a voice because I think he deserves it. I don't think he do. And I'd like to say, anytime Mils Máscaras can get it lined up, Perez will put the gold on the line.
Bueno, yo quiero decirles en español a todas las gentes de habla hispana que yo los invito a que vengan a darme el apoyo moral que yo tanto necesito. Como ustedes saben, yo tengo el campeonato de la International Wrestling Association, de la IWA, en el cual y me interesa mucho luchar contra Pérez por este
For all my Spanish-speaking friends out there.
Y espero que con el apoyo de todos ustedes que he recibido por todos estos años en todos los territorios de los Estados Unidos y del mundo, entonces por aquí los espero. Muchas gracias.
All of you people, remember, you heard it with Gary Hart. I'm the guy.
The kid's a sucker.
No me jodas, maricón, muévete, culo, pendejo. De nada, no offense, man. We hop right back to the WWF. Wow, history with Gary Hart and Mil Mascaras. Now we go to the Canadian strongman, Dino Bravo. And it looks like he's taking on Brady Boone. Luscious Johnny V on the outside.
Bravo gives him a forearm and now an elbow. Right across the chops to another one. Looks like a Pier 6 brawl at this point in time. Mike McGee, the referee.
That's the classic footage you get here on Chaos Corner and on Flashback. We just saw a video with Gary Hart and Mil Mascaras. Rare in the world of pro wrestling. That's what you get here in the vault. The expanded vault on both sides of Chaos Corner. And the hundreds of VHS tapes that I did in real time. I'm happy to present it to you, the fans, on this channel alone.
Brady Boone is a newcomer, but he is a very good newcomer, and it's certainly with Billy Jack Haynes and Ken Patero teaching.
Luscious Johnny V on the outside, managing Dino Bravo. Brady Boone, great shape.
We'll see later, or never wants to play him or something, you know. Using the arm now.
Let's sit back and relax. Episode 13 of Flashback.
Brady Boone maintaining the pressure on Dino Bravo. Bravo sporting a blonde top.
Now, if you remember, if I'm not mistaken, the time frame here, Dino Bravo was a member of the Dream Team with Greg the Hammer Valentine, Brutus the Barber, Beefcake, all under the tutelage of Luscious Johnny V, the former Valiant Brothers, Jimmy, Johnny, and Jerry, perhaps one of the greatest tag teams in the 70s. Former two-time WWF Tag Team Champions.
Brady Boone, God, he's a good one here in the World Wrestling. He really is. Greg, I'll tell you, don't learn that out of the book. You got to do it. Sure. Really get the instructions from the manual, but you have to go out there and do it.
Brady Boone was one heck of a tag team at one time with Billy Jack Haynes, if you remember correctly. And we know by Dark Side of the Ring, a series on Vice TV, that Dino Bravo was brutally murdered in his home up in Canada. Dino Bravo was a bad man with some dangerous connections if you go out and check out Dark Side of the Ring with Dino Bravo. I believe murdered in his living room of his home. One heck of a grappler, one heck of a strong man, Bravo. Obviously, his skeletons in the closet came back to haunt him. I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly on this channel. I just said it. Big pile driver by Bravo on Brady Boone. This could be it. This could be over. Playing to the crowd, Bravo. What are you doing? If I'm Johnny V, I tell him to pin the guy and get out of here so we can get the purser's amount of the money and get the victory. Instead, he dumps him out like yesterday's garbage out onto the hard concrete floor. For what reason? For Johnny V to get his licks in? You should be thinking about the money, thinking about your record, thinking about getting the fuck out of there and getting a meal, a sandwich, or something, a beer. Getting on the road, going to the next city. What are you doing here? Lackadaisical. I'd have never taught my guys how to do this. And I didn't. I'll call out Hall of Famers and legends, too. I worked with them all. That's what you get here on this channel. It's different than any other fucking channel out there. Any other podcast, and I say it all the time, this is not a podcast. This is a fucking show. Big bear hug by Bravo on Brady Boone. And I apologize for the cussing. I do it. It just happens. You see, I shaved down the mane, right? Trying to grow it back. It's summertime, man. We're coming up on the 4th of July in a couple days. It's been 95 degrees.
Oh, he's slipping in a little bit. I don't know how he's going to get out of this. Whether he can... this guy's built like a wedge. He's got a very narrow waist. And I don't know if he just slip out of the grasp with Dino Bravo as well. Looks like he's having trouble. Very similar physique to
Fans, go to the playlist on my channel. The playlist of Chaos clips several hundred of Chaos clips. All the videos are under 3 minutes. Go to Story Time with the GOC. Go to the Chaos Corner shows, over 400 episodes. Go to the series with the wife and I, Dinner for Two, on 20-something episodes. Go to the classics, the in-ring action, over 3,000 videos on this channel, coming up on 1 million total views. Off the ropes, flying elbow drop, missed by Bravo. All this for one channel, one-man show. Spinning roundhouse by Brady Boone on Dino Bravo, taking over on a much larger Bravo. Brady Boone was no slouch. Short in stature, but built like a fire hydrant. Far side, into the turnbuckle. Oh, and Bravo moves out of the way. Brady Boone misses with a drop kick. Here it is. Bravo, big back suplex. Going for the cover. This could be it. All over. Persona non grata. Put it in the books. Here we go. Wait, who's in there? Coming in to save Brady Boone is the JYD. No, wait, what are we doing here? I don't know what's going on. We're back here. It's Hercules Hernandez from Power and Glory. It's the Junkyard Dog and his thumb game. Big headbutt by the JYD. Out goes Hercules Hernandez. We're bouncing around from pillar to coast to coast to coast. We don't know ever where we're going to end up here on Chaos Corner. It's the JYD and Hercules. Wow. I'm as confused as a baby at Hooters. Yeah, that's one of my go-to lines, but I am. I don't know if it's lunch, if it's breakfast. Where am I supposed to look? And they're even closing down a bunch of Hooters. How sacrilegious is that? They have good wings? What'd I say? Far side by the JYD on Hercules. Big headbutt to the midsection. Headbutt to the dome piece. Hernandez is in big trouble here with the JYD. Headbutt after headbutt into the deltoid region of Hercules. Very underrated grappler, Hernandez. A very underrated tag team in Power and Glory with Roman and Hernandez. Could have been the tag team champions. Was one of the best tag teams in the WWF at that time frame. Out of nowhere, the ref gets in the way. The big ref bump. Hercules hits the ref across the side of the dome piece. Down goes JYD. Down goes the ref. Series of elbow drops by Herc. JYD's in big trouble. Hercules taking over now. Big knee drop by the Herc. Where are we? Are we in Madison Square Garden? Boston Garden? Philadelphia Spectrum? I can't tell. I know it's jammed to capacity. Big trouble here, JYD. Let me adjust the sound here. Hercules with the lefts, the rights. Oh, and JYD out of nowhere, one right between the eyes. Slugging it out in the middle of the ring. The dog, Hercules. Back and forth. Both men on Queer Street. Both men are reeling. Both men are on their heels. Big uppercut out of nowhere by Herc, and down goes the JYD. And that's it? 3 covered? No? I think the ref counted 4. He's obviously got the brain of a turnbuckle. That could have been a 4 count. It should be over. Big clothesline by Hernandez. Down goes the dog. Only a 2 count. Another 2 count. JYD kicking out at the last second. Third 3 count. JYD kicks out. This referee is terrible, whoever he is. He's not one of the regulars, I know that. Hercules playing to the crowd. Big mistake against the legend of the Junkyard Dog. I get it. This isn't New Orleans and UWF and the Mid-South and Deep South in the early 80s when JYD was running the territory, sold out building after building, event after event. But he was still dangerous here in the late 80s. You don't play with the dog. As I said before, every dog needs a bone to chew. What? It's a part of the act, man. It's a part of the gimmick. This is what you're here for. Entertainment personified. He's got the full Nelson on the JYD, and the JYD looks like he's going to break it up. Not too many people get out of that full Nelson of Hercules Hernandez. Backs Hernandez into the corner. Herc won't let go. JYD trying again. I'm talking way too much more than I want to today here on Flashback. Big headbutt by the JYD. Rocks Hercules. I got to take a break, man. I got to sit back and relax. I'm amped up. Full of piss and vinegar. Beautiful side leg sweep by the JYD. Here's the roll up by JYD. 2 count. Big back body suplex by JYD. Only a 2 count. Several false finishes here by the JYD and Herc, slowing down the pace. It's all about pacing of the match. This isn't a technical bout by any stretch of the imagination. There's the cover. Herc holding on to the ropes. There's the 3 count. He pins the JYD. The ref didn't see it. Clueless, the referee. Wow, where do we go to next, fans? Stay here for Chaos Corner. Sensational Sherry Martel.
Where you can come to before me.
She's a top contender. Also, what about Debbie Combs? I think you got to put her right among the top now.
Debbie Combs, she's got more peroxide in her hair than the peroxide people have got on the shelves in the store. I want to know which company she put out of business. And last but not least, the fabulous Mama.
Yes, what about this? I haven't talked to her recently.
You know why you haven't talked to her? Because she's sitting home knitting. She's sitting home knitting and she's making spaghetti.
Sherry was one of the true first women of professional wrestling.
That's what she's doing, and she's out there and she's
check out her show on series, the Dark Side of the Ring series on Vice TV. A lot of interesting information a lot of people didn't know about sensational Sherry Martel.
She's probably gearing up for perhaps another shot, an unprecedented shot at getting the title back, the title that she's held for so long.
That's your opinion, right?
All right, fans, back to Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. It's the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy and Dynamite Kid against Boris Zukov and Nikolai Volkov. I'm going to try to sit back here. It's the UK against Russia. The British Bulldogs against Volkov and Zukov. And what a dome piece on Zukov. You know they used to call him Dumpster Head? As a matter of fact, I saw him one time in the 80s on my way driving to the arena. I actually saw him. I saw his picture on the side of a boar's head truck. You get entertainment here. You get jokes. Lighten up, man. Here we go. Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. Nick Bockwinkel and Gorilla Monsoon on the call. Davey Boy Smith and Boris Zukov will open up the action. Again, tag team action personified for this era. Chaos. Listen, we're in July. I'm full of piss and vinegar. Big shoulder block by Zukov. Down goes Davey Boy. Drop down, step over. Leapfrog. Beautiful hip toss. Nice arm drag by Davey Boy. Into an arm bar. I'm a step ahead of you, Gorilla.
Very conspicuous by his absence, the slickster. Again, we don't know. He could be someplace in the building. That wouldn't surprise me.
Jammed to capacity at the Maple Leaf Gardens.
Wide drag. Well, yeah, I believe he has that tendency.
Excuse me. Big shoulder block as the Dynamite Kid comes in. Down goes Zukov. Beautiful snap suplex by Dynamite. Nice arm drag into an arm bar by Dynamite. Technically sound with the British Bulldogs. One of the best teams of the era. Definitely, without a doubt. Short-lived, underrated, but definitely one of the best tag teams, the British Bulldogs. They really were a combination of strength and high flying with the two. The powerhouse of Davey Boy, and then the technical ability and high flying of the Dynamite Kid. Now Volkov and Zukov, 2 300-pounders. 2 huge men. Nice tag team work by the Bulldogs. Nice arm wringer by Davey Boy. Look at the tactics. Cutting off the ring. Quick tags. Keeping their opponents from each other.
Well, why don't you speak to WWF President Jack Penny? It's very possible.
Look at the agility of Davey Boy.
I don't think it'll have any carry too much weight, but certainly not.
Fans, I hope you're enjoying the series here of Flashback on Chaos Corner. I hope you're enjoying my live coverage of the current day pay-per-views of WWE and AEW. I hope you're enjoying story time with the GOC and Chaos clips and all my in-ring action and the classic footage here and Dinner for Two. I hope you're enjoying the channel. And by the viewership, where I average anywhere from 10,000 to 5,000 to even, I'll admit it, 3,000 viewers a week, every week on this channel. Coming up, shooting for 1 million views. I work hard for you fans. Hard to push out the hot content, not only as my stress reliever, my motivation, my passion, my distraction, and the insanity of 2024 and what's going on in this world as we continue to spiral. I hope you guys appreciate what I'm doing, and I hope you are enjoying, more importantly, of what I'm providing for you here, because I work my ass off to do this with time and effort and emotion and passion. So I really, really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you guys being here. Whether you say something, don't say something, whether you're lurking in the back, whether you become a member, whatever it is, I work my fucking ass off for this channel. Nobody pumps out more content on any channel more than Guardian of Chaos on the YouTube channel. It's just that simple. It's the facts. The analytics and the numbers don't lie. Like it or not, learn to love it. Because I'm still going to continue to do it. Yeah, once in a while I'll take a break. I'll take a hiatus. I get it. Out of sight, out of mind. You got to continue to put out content almost on a daily basis. Share this information if you're watching. Put this out there to your friends. Get it in the algorithm. Again, I am the hardest working man in the YouTube industry. No two ways about it.
Dynamite back in there, punched up on that second turnbuckle, headbutt.
Oh, the chains.
Could be all over here. Nope. I'm not quite sure if it's a compliment.
Let's get back to the matchup.
Of course, unless you've got a head the size of the Russian, which we automatically.
You never know what's going to happen. This is the fastest 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 65 minutes on YouTube. You never know what I'm going to say, how we're going off the air, what we're coming back to, where we're going. That's why there's a rear view mirror. There's the present. There's the windshield. You look back and remember and respect. You don't stay back there. You got to get here from there. And then the windshield's wide open. It's full speed ahead and step on that gas pedal. In order to get respect, you have to start with respecting yourself. Once you do that, you open other people's minds to respecting you. And there's 3 types of people in this world. Those who don't know what happened, those who wonder what happened, and people like the GOC and Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel that make things happen. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's the reality of it. And that's what I give you here.
Excellent tactic, executed very well. In the meantime, Dynamite.
The Russians have taken over. Better not say that too loud, because it might be happening for sure here in 2024. I'm just saying. I try not to get into all to the politics and bullshit and what's going on in this country in current day, but how can you avoid it? Volkov throws Dynamite Kid to the opposite side. Big knee to the pond zone. Over goes the Dynamite Kid. Volkov and Zukov have taken over on the Bulldogs. Let me sit back and let you enjoy the sounds.
Well, I'm not quite sure you should believe it just because you see lots of muscles.
Misses with the clothesline. Big bear hug by Volkov on Dynamite.
Squeezing for all he's worth. Well, Davey screaming from the outside. You can probably hear him saying, punch him.
One of the difficult things to do, of course, is to be this close and to punch the man. And in fact, he's actually too close to make for a good punch.
Volkov and Zukov were definitely an underrated tag team. Volkov was always a very great tag team wrestler. You know, no one to be trifled with as a singles, a definite, strong, big grappler. But whether it was with Volkov and Zukov, and Volkov and the Iron Sheik,
Boris is doing with
Volkov was always double tough.
Look at Dynamite slithering down the backside of him.
Dynamite needs to take a tag to Davey Boy.
Not surprised. Hard to do with a man as big and powerful and as strong as the Russian. He's got those 30-inch thighs.
Choking out Dynamite right there in the middle of the ring. Choking him out. Referee, you got to break it up. 1, 2, 3. Come on, break up the hold.
There's no question. The English Bulldogs can be cute. They can make lots of fancy moves. But at this point, all those fancy moves against just this brute.
Double team effort by Zukov and Volkov. Double elbow. Down goes the much smaller Dynamite Kid. You got to get the powerhouse Davey Boy in there. He can match strength with both Ruskies.
Saving Dynamite that time. And now Boris himself going to the bear hug. Smart maneuver.
That bear hug, if you've ever in a bear hug, the pressure it puts on the back, the hips, even all the way down the vertebrae. The third vertebrae in the lower lumbar region, it really is. It can break your back. It can incapacitate you. A very underrated move if you get a big, strong, and get the leverage on that bear hug. Really a devastating maneuver. You'll never see it used in 2024.
This is what I mean by trying to throw a punch. It's actually that even if you can throw the forearm.
Wow, hip toss by Dynamite out of nowhere. Here's the tag. Here comes Volkov. That's double team effort 101. That's tag team wrestling 101. Cutting off the corner. Keeping your opponent in your side of the ring. Quick tags. Wait, Dynamite looks like he's going to try to go for a suplex here on Volkov. With small package. Here's the cover. Almost a 3 count on Nikolai. Volkov back up, taking over on a Dynamite Kid, who's in big trouble. He really needs to make that tag. Sunset flip. Down goes Volkov. But no, Zukov distracting the referee again. Perfect tag team wrestling. The ref didn't see it. Too late for the 3 count now. Does anybody else ad-lib like this? I don't think so. I'm not any better. I'm just unique and different, just like this channel. No competition, not out to prove anything, not any better. Unique and different.
Very nonchalant cover by the big Russian. Yeah, that's what's bad. Every time you cover, you've got to sell it to yourself. You got to say to yourself, I'm going to.
Once again, the Russians have really taken over on the Bulldogs. Zukov going for the abdominal stretch. You don't see that often in 2024 either. And Volkov holding on out of the referee's control for the extra leverage for Zukov to control that abdominal stretch. Once again, the referee's down trying to check the hold. Volkov pulling back Zukov, putting all that pressure in the abdomen section, the latissimus dorsi.
Where you and I might have the flexibility to then point again.
That's creative tag team wrestling. That's called teamwork. And it works.
If I were the Russians at this particular point in time, having Dynamite, it is much.
Big headbutt by a rather ample dome piece of Zukov on Dynamite. Dynamite's been getting beaten from pillar to post here for several minutes. Thrown outside of the ring onto the hard concrete floor. Volkov out there right now taking over. Slams him face first into that metal guardrail. Kid's in big trouble.
A lot of people have a tendency to say, well, gee, that's not fair. But as the expression goes on, it's fair a little bit more.
Listen to the class of Nick Bockwinkel, the laid-back, cerebral sounds of the former AWA World Heavyweight Champion in his brief stint with the WWF.
I know a lot of guys that have. Yes, I do too.
Big clubbing forearm by Zukov on a Dynamite Kid. Again, I don't know how the kids are withstanding this punishment from these 2 behemoths. Foot on the ropes. Give Kid credit for all the beating he's taking. Ring awareness to know that he's right next to the ropes. Put his foot on the ropes to break up the count. Double team effort by Volkov and Zukov. Nikolai back in the ring. Wait till you hear the pop when Dave... Look, Volkov picking up Dynamite Kid like a child over his head. Into a big backbreaker. Wait till you hear the pop when Davey Boy comes in. Because it's coming sooner or later. Kid has got to make the tag to Davey Boy Smith. I'm surprised Dynamite Kid hasn't been pinned yet and the Russians haven't walked out with the victory. Kid is close to the corner. But again, Volkov comes in to break it up. And there's the tag, but the ref didn't see it. The ref didn't see the tag. He's going to toss him out. This is perfect heel tag team wrestling 101. Far side, double team. Volkov misses Dynamite Kid, and he hits from Zukov. Down goes Zukov. And here's the tag to Davey Boy. Listen.
Here comes Davey. And both men in double